hate to have men coming into my kitchen, snooping me around and criticizing.
Of course, it's only their duty.
Duty's alright. But the deputy sheriff that came over to make the fire had a little of this put on. It seems awful mean to judge her when she didn't have any time to clean up since she had to leave in such a hurry.
Oh, she had bread set.
Oh, I should put this away. Oh, she left her strawberries out too. I wonder if all of them are rotten. Oh, a few are still good. It'd be a shame if all her hard work over the summer went to waste.
Well, I should probably get those things from the front room. You need to come help me carry them?
Yes.
It's awful cold in here.
Brent was close. I suppose that's why she kept to herself. She wasn't even a part of the ladies' aid. Well, I suppose she didn't feel like she could do her part. When you don't enjoy things and feel shabby. I remember when she used to wear pretty clothes and be lively. She used to be Minnie Foster in the town choir singing. Oh, but that was 30 years ago.
Yeah, she said she wanted her apron in jail. That's kind of a funny thing to want in jail. It's hard to get dirty in there. But I guess it just makes it feel more natural. In fact, she said she kept it over here. Let me see if I can find it. Yep, here it is.
Mrs. Peters,
Yes, Mrs. Hale?
do you think she did it?
I don't know.
I don't think she did it. She's only asking for an apron and a shawl, and she's worrying about her fruits.
Mr. Peters says it doesn't look too big for her. Mr. Henderson keeps making fun of her, saying, well, she didn't wake up.
Well, John Wright didn't wake up when they were slipping the rope around his neck.
Yeah, it is pretty strange. They must have done awfully craftily and still. They say it was really weird the way they rigged them all up like that.
Yeah, that is strange. Mr. Hale said that there was a gun in the house, and then that's what he can't understand.
Mr. Henderson said the only reason they're coming down here was to get a motive of some kind, like anger or a sudden feeling.
Well, I don't see any signs of anger. It's wiped to here. I wonder how things are going on upstairs. I hope things are more read up there. You know, it seems kind of sneaking. You throw her in the city, you leave her there, and then just to find evidence to turn her own house against her.
Well, Miss Hale, the law's the law.
I suppose so.
It looks like she was piecing a quilt.
Oh, it's log cabin pattern. I wonder if she was going to quilt it or knot it. I don't know what's more strange. Us sitting here looking at little things, or how long it's taking the men to find any evidence.
You have to remember, Miss Hale, they have awfully important things on their mind.
I suppose.
What do you have there?
Some quilts she was making, but only one side is even and the other side is odd. What do you think she was so nervous about?
I don't know, sometimes when I'm tired, I sew really weird. Well, we should probably get some of this stuff tidied up. It might be over sooner than we think. You know where I can find some string and paper?
Maybe it's in that cupboard over there.
Well, look at this. She had a bird cage.
She had a bird?
She had a bird cage. Did she have one?
I don't suppose so.
It seems kind of weird to have a bird, but she must have, because here's the cage. Looks like the hinge is broken.
Someone must have been rough with it. Hope they find evidence soon. I'm ready to leave.
Yeah, me too. Well, either way, I'm glad you came with me. Being alone in this house by myself would be horrible.
I suppose it would be. I do wish that I had seen her when she was here, come to visit.
Well, of course, you were busy with the house and the children and the farming.
But I could have come, but I just didn't. It's so lonely here, and it's in the hollow, and you don't see the road when you pass by. And I suppose I could have, but it was just so lonesome here.
Well, don't beat yourself up too much. Sometimes we just don't see things coming until they happen right in front of us.
Not having children makes less work, but it makes for a lonely. Did you know John Wright?
I didn't know him. I'd seen him in town, but I didn't actually know him myself personally.
He was a good man, I suppose. He never cursed. He paid all his debts. But he was a hard man. I suppose she wanted a bird. How do you think it died?
Well, I suppose it just got sick and died.
You weren't from here, Mrs. Peters. You didn't know her?
Not until they brought her in yesterday.
She was kind of like a bird herself. She was pretty, and she liked to sing, but also she was timid and fluttery too. Boy, did things change. Why don't you take this quote, Kurt?
Actually, that's a pretty idea. I don't think they have any objections at the jail. Well, I wonder if they have her supplies and her patches. Some of her sewing stuff should be in this red box here.
There's something wrapped up.
Maybe her scissors are in there?
Oh my God.
Those are her scissors.
It's the bird!
Somebody wrung its neck.
She liked that bird. She was gonna bury it in this box.
I remember when I was younger, I had a kitten, and some boys in my area took a hatchet to it and killed it.
Can you imagine the house without any children in it? John Wright didn't like things that sang. She sang, the bird sang, and he killed that too.
We don't know who killed the bird, Miss Hale.
I know John Wright.
It was an awful thing done in this house that night. Killing a man while he slept, putting a rope around his neck and choking the life out of him.
Years of nothing and nothing, and finally a bird would sing. It would be awful still after the bird was still.
I know stillness, Mrs. Hale. When we were homesteading in Dakota, I lost my first child at 2 years old. So lonely after that.
How quickly do you think they'll gather all the evidence they need?
The law must punish crime, Mrs. Hale.
I wish I had seen Minnie Foster singing in the choir. Oh, I wish I had visited her. That was the crime. Who's gonna punish that?
Let's not get over dramatic, Mrs. Hale, okay?
I might have known she needed help. Women face all the same kinds of problems. When you see her, don't tell her that some of the fruit is rotten, and don't tell her that men have been snooping around trying to find evidence. It'd be better for her that way.
It's a good thing the men can't hear us. They would just laugh, making a fuss over a dead canary, as if that has anything to do with our situation. They just laugh.